Hi, this is Craig Workman, software architect for SwitchHHat.com in Lincoln, Nebraska. I've got a development studio here, and we're actually going to shoot a video this afternoon, actually early evening now, on a mobile application that I've been writing for about 8 months. I'm going to be shooting this video from my iPhone, which is my Apple development device, and you'll see the application running live on an HTC One, which is my Android development device. And I'd like to say this is the best of both worlds going on here, because anytime you can be fully native on both Android and Apple, you're doing very, very well. And I did say fully native. This is not an HTML5 application. This is not a website ported for mobile application. And it is not a anybody can be a programmer without knowing how to code, just drag and drop type of application. And I don't want to offend anybody, but if you really want to develop robust applications, you're going to have to do native. And yes, it is more work. Yes, it's more time consuming. And you're going to kind of have to learn a little different syntax configuration if you want to do things right. But I'm here to tell you that with device manufacturers today and the amount of sensors, in some cases device sensors are 15, 16, 17 sensors in these phones, should give you a little clue on where the industry is going as far as where you want to be involved in development. And the only way you can really fully, robustly tap the native APIs and the sensors in your phone is to go native. In fact, all new industries are being created just based on the sensors. So I wanted to get that out of the way, and again, don't be offended at my position. That's my opinion. Just so happen to think it's right. Okay, this application is a dashboard application that was on the front end looks like something that we'd want to provide to mobile commuters or metro commuters, if you will. I threw in the knots and the heads-up display just for kind of cool factor because, you know, for our boating friends and the people who drive around town and want to shine this up in their windshield of their vehicle on the heads-up display, that's kind of cool. The headlight when you're night biking and you have a handlebar mount on your mountain bike, it's amazingly bright. It'll fully light the road in front of you. And because we've optimized the code so well, it doesn't really tax your battery that bad. Nothing like you would think. But I want to draw your attention down to the most important thing, and that is the buttons 1 through 5. These are set up for demonstration purposes. These are zones, or rather geo-fences that I've set up. And what I'm going to show you today is how we're going to be testing for geofence and then how we're going to bring in geospatial data to the application and make it do things for the application user. So right now we're going to focus on zone 1. And right now zone 1 is inactive. But the minute I start the speedometer and start the tracking, it's going to go active. And what has actually happened is two things. One is the application has noticed and it's sensed that we're in a particular geofence. This zone 1 geofence I put around my studio, and I created about a 300-meter perimeter. And within that 300-meter perimeter, I've done another thing, and that is I've made the action bar drop down, and I've presented two more buttons, one that's enabled and one that is disabled at the moment. Let's talk about those. The Nearby Offers tab, which has been enabled, can bring in all types of information. I've got 5 dummy offers in right now. But this could be literally an infinitely scrollable panel that you can bring in retail offers, restaurant deals, open homes in your area. I mean, the list goes on and on. Whatever your mind can imagine, you can bring that in and present an offer to app users in the particular geofence that they are in. The other tab that is disabled at the moment is, to me, very important. It's a Safety Alerts tab. And that is something that we pipe information into to keep you and your family safe as much as we can. And of course, having certain data at your ready is very important in that process. And so the things that we track are things like sexual predators, crime statistics, traffic accidents, local robberies, Amber Alerts, things that are very important for us to know as we're going from fence to fence to fence, or just our location on this planet at all times. And we provide that so in case you want to take a look and make sure you know what's happening, you'll have all that information at your ready. I can just imagine my kids biking around and just knowing that we can help them avoid possible bad situations. And of course, I have been through a town or two or a city or two myself where I don't know exactly where I'm at, and it would be nice to know what's going on there. So that's what that tab is for. So I'm going to kill the application, and one thing I'd like to really talk about to end this is I would like to challenge you to think about how much you can do with Geo-Spatial. When it comes to geospatial technology and GIS, Geographic Information Systems, to me these are the end-all be-all of application development today. The mobile device is the most ubiquitous, the most adopted technology that mankind has ever seen. And your customers are looking at their smartphone screens on average 2 hours a day. The question becomes, how are you going to interact with your customers when they are interacting with a device, a mobile device, every single day? You have to maintain real estate on that phone in order to interact with your consumers. And the best way to do that is to be able to make things locationally, what should we say? Locationally available to them at all times. And so if you can provide value to them where they're at right now in space and time, you've got a winner on your hands. And that's what we're testing, and that's what we're doing here at SwitchHHat. And we just kind of decided to wrap that up in a very fun little utility that's got a killer UI, something very unique. And we'd like to share more with you. If you'd like to talk with us, I'd love to share some of the ideas and what we can do to help your company. Again, my name is Craig Workman. I'm the Chief Software Grand Poobah Architect here at SwitchHHat in Lincoln, Nebraska. And we'd love to talk with you. Just give me a call. We'll go from there. Take care. Thanks for watching.